Of our community with the launch of the KBLA SMB Marketplace. For the first time, small to medium-sized businesses will have an opportunity to promote their goods and services on KBLA and take advantage of our powerful reach and local marketing power. The SMB Marketplace is hosted exclusively on KBLA1580.com and is accessible from all our social media channels. Whether you're a small mom and pop restaurant, a car dealership, or a professional practitioner, we invite you to join in this new KBLA Talk 1580 initiative to promote your business. As a Black-owned small business, you don't want to miss this unique opportunity to gain new customers on KBLA Talk 1580. For more information, contact us today at smb@kbla1580.com. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
And if I share with you my story, would you share your shadow with me?
Time to get paid. I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
You think a man can motivate a woman to do or be X, Y, Z?
Yes, and vice versa.
And vice versa.
Yes.
But what's missing from that calculus is, let's take it out of relationship. Basically, if you got the money and the credit rating to afford a Bentley, you're not gonna go get a car you got to repair. And we've told women that men should accept having to. Men who go out here and work 60, 70, 80 hours, putting in the work in the field, in the office, in the studio, trying to get out here to separate themselves from the competition. I don't have time to come on and try to motivate you to take your ass to the gym when you know that's what I want in the first place. You think?
That was the legendary Kevin Samuels. He was on the T.I. podcast. Again, credit scores and Bentleys, and you should know your position. I've raised you up in life. Do you understand the mentality here? Listen, you want a woman in your life that can, say you just got off the battlefield with yourself, working to overcome something you've been through in your past. Say you're putting the work in. You're going to therapy. You've taken up martial arts or weight training or meditation, right? You're putting in the work. And say you had an exceedingly difficult day. To be able to come home to a woman who understands the internal war that you have been in to overcome, right, certain internal struggles and challenges. Had a tough day at therapy. The therapist just revealed something very profound about one of your wounds. And your woman is keen to your state of being without you having to articulate. And I'm not saying that's prerequisite. You should be able to articulate how you feel. But let's say she is keen and recognizes how you feel and begins to support you with empathy, a spiritual salve, right? To be able to encourage you and say, we're going to make it through this. I know this was tough, a tough revelation for you, but we're going to make it through this, right? First off, that's rare. That's rare. But understand this, brother. If you haven't put in the work and won internal battles, how can you ask for that kind of support? I think that's important, because I think with men in general, where our focus is dominating the world, getting what the world has to offer. And once we get what the world has to offer, we think the women come with it. 50 said it. 50 said that in a rhyme. You tripping on a girl, don't you know they come with the money? That's what he said. And that's a masculine, you could say it's toxic masculine. I don't use that term. But that's a masculine mentality that says, if I get my life in order, Kanye said it, wait till I get my money right. Lord, ain't nobody gonna say nothing to me. Least of all, my woman. The toxic leadership template. Healing, brothers. Healing leads to revealing. Right? Revealing what needs to be healed starts the process. When the process starts, we start to evolve. We begin to elevate. Men don't take spirituality and spiritual healing of their own wounds very seriously. We don't have a lot of time for it. And anything that takes away our competitive edge out in the world makes us a liability. We turn from predator to prey, not knowing that we're already prey because we're unhealed. Heru Ali, get back in here, because it sounds like you saying, it sounds like you're justifying putting your hands on a woman in some capacity.
I'm glad you asked me that. I'm glad you.
I need you to clear it up for me.
It's like, did it? Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No abuse at all. And I give you these examples. We are Generation X. And for every Generation X that are listening right now within the sound of my voice, here is what you heard from your abuser. This hurts me more than it hurts you.
Wow.
That's while you're getting whooped. This hurts me more than it hurts you. From the abuser, who is now feeling the lashes of the belt, of the switch, of the racetracks, of the extension cord, of the spoon in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? This hurts me. Are you serious?
Wait, hold
Stop
on.
it.
Wait,
so,
no, wait, hold on. Are you saying, and because this can make some sense to me, are you saying because you were abused, you're using old school, how we used to get our butts whooped modalities?
Oh, I love it.
Right? Are you saying because mama abused us, we take that abusive style into adult relationships, and because we perceive ourselves to be right, we get to dole out adult correction, discipline? Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, I thought we were talking about child. You just flipped it up from child to adult. Well, here's the thing, and it'll answer both of those, child and adult. When a woman has a baby, and that baby is able to walk, explore, because, listen, they brand new. They coming straight from the Matrix. They're trying to explore and figure out what's going on. Don't touch the stove. It's hot. Or they do this. And you know that they know that they weren't supposed to do it, but they do it anyway. What do? You discipline them. You give them a smack on the hand, give a smack on the butt, on the thigh, whatever, and everybody views that as, oh, you're doing it because you love that baby, and you're trying to teach.
But wait, Heru, you were right.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, Heru, wait, because I don't want you.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
I don't want you to be redundant, because you said this in the first hour. You basically said adult discipline is being able to correct each other Is that correct?
Wise correction. Wise course correction.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you said it was bidirectional.
Yes. From a man to a woman.
So
and it's bidirectional.
Okay. So is it bidirectional? Can she come shake you up when you out of pocket?
Absolutely. Well, absolutely. If I'm out of pocket. See, here's the thing.
But her shaking you up won't have the same impact as you shaking her up.
Absolutely not, because we're not equal. We were not born equal. So, yes, it will not have the same effect. You're absolutely correct.
So there's no equity
she can
in that.
Come to me and say, wait, no, there's no equity in life. What is equity? Do you have 40 acres and a mule?
Wait a minute. Okay,
there's no equity.
Hold on. Let's not go to 40 acres and a mule in the Freedmen's
Men
Bureau.
and women are not equal.
So, but the point that I'm making is, okay, can she extrapolate something of equal impact that might not be physical? Maybe.
Absolutely. I'm about to tell you what that is. Stay there.
Okay,
there.
Let's hear that.
You know what she can say to me? Pull me to the side and say, dear heart, have we ever had an argument?
The Malcolm X movie.
Never. Well, we're going to have one tonight if we can't have a conversation. Because she is coming in love to do a course correction.
I need you.
Open your eyes. You can conceive. You can conceive being assassinated every day, 24 hours a day. But the thought of betrayal never goes through your mind.
I need you to make this make sense. You're saying she can course correct you with empathy, but you can course correct her with a shake-up. You said that, man. Now, to me, these are polar opposite methodologies here. You're saying she got to come to you and hit you with the dear heart from Malcolm X movie.
That's feminine. So we have to play our role.
Wait, stop. If we go by the CDC tells us the most violent gender in intimate relationships and domestic violence are women.
Yes.
So don't make it seem like women are not violent, sir.
No, absolutely. They're violent as hell.
So
what I'm saying is no damage is needed to shake somebody. No, you're grabbing article of clothing that you probably bought. You know what I'm saying? You're just shaking the vessel that's inside to say, hey, I think you forgot who the F I am. Course correction.
Wait, so you're Sean Connery
Any
right
questions?
now. You're Sean Connery right now.
No, absolutely. Listen, back in the 1800s, when white women of these Anglos, shout out to Grady, the Anglos, what they used to do in certain areas when their wives was out of control, they would make them come with only their undergarments and prostrate before them and ask them for forgiveness in public. It wasn't nothing physical. It wasn't nothing beaten. We're not going to, the feast of Saturnalia and all of that stuff. No, we good. Absolutely, adult. Listen, sisters, I love y'all. I don't want nobody to hurt y'all at all.
Stay with me.
Yes, sir.
Stay with me.
Yes.
Brother,
I love Mimi.
Hey, listen, brother, I love you. But we cannot tolerate the mentality of justifying putting your hands on a woman unless she's trying to kill you.
Yeah, absolutely. I never said, I said gathering up of the clothing that is wrapped around that beautiful queen.
Would you shake your daughter up like
correction?
Listen, I've never shook my daughter.
Oh, okay. I listen. Okay.
My daughter, I could tell my daughter, hey. She'd be like, oh.
You never done it because you never needed to do it.
I've never needed to.
Because she voluntarily chose within her young mind that whatever daddy says, I'm going to follow. So she didn't need no course correction by way of shaking. Yes?
But The only time you can
I'm not
shake,
talking about leaving a bruise on a woman.
But shaking
and I understand
her?
some women. I'm not saying drop, equal rights and equal lefts or none of that type of stuff. No stumping and none of that. But excuse me, listen. In the military, are you serious?
Tell us.
In the military, they get worse than that. Are you serious?
Wait, tell us. What did they do in the military? Please share your experience.
Listen, I don't know if you ever had what's called a knuckle sandwich to either your eye or your grill. Are you serious? I'm not talking about none of that. I'm not talking about breaking no capillaries in your body at all. I'm going to grab the outer garments that I paid for, and I'm going to make sure I have your full attention because it seems like you are distracted.
So wait a
from
minute.
who I am in your life.
So you're telling me in the military, women that are in the military get punched?
You absolute what? Everybody get punched at some point in their military career.
Heavy stuff.
And that's
what I'm
that
talking.
Ain't nothing.
But Heru, what I'm talking about is interpersonal relationships.
Yes.
And within interpersonal relationships,
soldiers don't have interpersonal relationships.
I'm not saying
even
they
with
don't.
Their supervisors.
I'm talking about civilians right now, out here on the streets.
Okay, civilians.
Okay,
yes.
Different context when you're in training, right? I'm talking about civilians out here on the streets, and I think
wherever there is. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
think ideas and concepts like adult discipline is problematic. You know why? Because most people are going to define it based on their personal experience. Right?
For sure.
Based on their personal experience. Now, in our society, men are taught to repress their emotions, which makes them walking powder kegs.
Absolutely.
Makes them volatile, correct?
Well, yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. So all I'm saying is, in order to be an adequate leader in an intimate relationship, one must have dealt with some of his own internal issues in order for a woman to be able to say, that's a good man and one who is worthy of me following him. Now, if a man...
That's point number one. If y'all didn't write that down,
right.
I'm just giving y'all that reminder. That's point number one.
So if a man has to go to the point in his leadership that he got to shake his woman up, even pimps will tell you, don't hit her. They'll tell you that. Don't have sex with her and don't hit her. If you
I didn't say hit her.
Listen, you... Sit tight. When we come forward, me and Heru Ali gonna keep fighting.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Tavis Smiley's new book, The Covenant with Black America, 20 years later, is now on sale everywhere. This classic text shot to #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list almost 2 decades ago. If you have the original book, you will surely want to get this 20th anniversary edition with powerful new contributions from today's leading voices. This 20th anniversary edition presents a compelling blend of historical insights and contemporary urgency in this critical and unprecedented election year. Get your copy of The Covenant with Black America 20 years later today. If you say you care about the community, you have to also care about the climate. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is a nonprofit law firm that protects and advances the rights of the most underserved, leveling the playing field and ensuring that everyone can have access to the justice system. Every year, LAFLA provides free, high-quality legal services to more than 100,000 people living in poverty across greater Los Angeles. Their unique combination of neighborhood offices, self-help centers at courthouses, services and domestic violence clinics puts Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles on the front lines in vulnerable communities and at the forefront of change. LAFLA's expert team of attorneys, paralegals, and support staff works to provide direct representation, offer counsel and advice, provide referrals, and educate the community about their legal rights through workshops and seminars. With locations all over LA, you can access their services or volunteer to help no matter where you live. And if you have an urgent issue, call 213-235-0060. That's 213-235-0060. To get legal help, make a donation, or volunteer, visit lafla.org. lafla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
LL Cool J is hard as hell. Battle anybody, I don't care, you tell. I excel, they all fail. Gonna cocktail, double L must rock my bells. You've been waiting and debating for oh so long. Still starving like Marvin for a Cool J song. If you cried, I thought I died, you definitely was wrong. It took a thought plus a thought to create a along. Taking off, eat love now with the Cool J force. Specializing in the rhyming for the record, of course. I'm a tower full of power, wind, rain, and hail. Could create, scratch the record with his fingernail. Rock the bell. The king of crowd rockers finally is back. My voice is your choice as the hottest wax. You ask who is it, just a wizard who ain't taking no crap. I'm rhyming and designing with your girl on my lap. My bass is kicking, always sticking, cause you like it that way. You think it's better, plus it's step because it's possible today. The creator on the fader, my right hand man. We rock the bell so very well, cause that's the name of this jam. Rock the bell.
Well, of course you're going to get those reactions, but you ain't got the game. The game is to lay what you lay down first.
Yes.
It starts with me. I'm going to lay it down first, right? And then she's going to be able to observe it, and then she's going to relinquish and be like, okay, I trust you, right? The reason why that's because bras don't trust. They don't trust.
Definitely.
They don't trust no men.
And they don't trust a lot because, like I said earlier, men are always showing up to be one thing, and then they're not that. And if you show up and say you one thing, I'm trying to tell you, if you want a woman not to change, like she may go through some stuff, right? But when she know that you just ain't that important at the end of the day, and she feel like she done gave up, and she think that you just gonna accept anything, then you gonna keep getting played with, right? If you keep accepting it and you say, you know, bro, didn't I tell you this, and this, and that ain't who I am, but then you keep accepting it, she gonna keep playing with you, and it's gonna be like that, and that's what you gonna get out of that one.
Oh my God, this is y'all listen. Can we be honest? Let me ask y'all, what do y'all think? Do you guys think that's toxic? The rhetoric, what's being spoken, do you think it's toxic? I want to know. Heru Ali, get back in here.
Listen, I just want to say, finally, I'm going to sign off that I love our women. Yeah, I'm not with the physical abuse and all that stuff. I am only with sometimes I need to get your attention and you might need to be shook from left to right with no harm done. And don't be with a man that even before you purchase your favorite car because you working and got the income and all that stuff, should I get this or not? If you don't call your man and say, your man, your husband, your boyfriend, and say, love, I'm thinking about buying this. What do you know? He's like, well, they have these recalls, blah, 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 blah. And with our children, we feel warm and fuzzy, disciplining them, and that wasn't abuse. When I coined the term adult discipline, yeah. Peace and love to the family and nation. I love y'all. Please stay safe and dangerous.
Hey, man, thank you for the call, man. An interesting insight. We appreciate you reaching out. Battle Creek, Michigan is in the building. Listen, I already know this show, the phone lines would be berserk right now. But Andy has informed me that our phone lines have been kind of messed up all week long from last week. People are telling me in the chat, we call it, we can't get through, it's just ringing. I know that the phone lines are bananas, right? So whatever the issue is with the phones, we apologize. Andy says keep trying to call in, though. That's the only way to get through. We're not registering that they're ringing here, but call us and let us. Oh, Andy just called and it's ringing. So everybody in the chat who's saying they call in, now's the time to call in because the phone is actually working. So let me just go back to Heru's final point. We can't advocate any level of violence against women. And I know that there's a double standard, and we can get into the CDC stats. You heard me talk about this before. You know, the bottom line is this. If you're in a relationship that's toxic, that gets to the point where you got to get physical, you got to get out. There's no justification. You can't make somebody think a certain way or see a particular perspective. If they don't want to see it, fine. I told my son years ago, never try to convince an unwilling ear. Somebody that is unwilling to listen. And at the end of the day, who says what you say is right anyway? What kind of rigorous critique have you put on what you believe to be the truth to you? When we come forward, I see we got callers coming through, man. We about to get it. Andy?
Cause I'm making money and your boyfriend don't. LL, what the hell gonna rock the bells? Or your washed up rappers wanna do this well. Rock the bells.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. The agent for Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill is accusing Miami-Dade police of misconduct for cuffing his client outside of Hard Rock Stadium before Sunday's game against Jacksonville. Hill, who was black, was given a ticket for reckless driving and went on to catch an 80-yard touchdown pass. The Justice Department says 2 alleged leaders of a white supremacist group have been indicted on multiple charges. 34-year-old Dallas Humber of California and 37-year-old Matthew Allison of Idaho face 15 counts for soliciting hate crimes, soliciting the murder of federal officials, and conspiring to provide material support to terrorists. Attorney General Merrick Garland said Humber and Allison led a transnational terrorist group that targeted a hit list of public officials. The group deemed itself the Terrorgram Collective and allegedly wanted to start a race war in the U.S. Allison and Humber each face up to 220 years in prison if convicted on all charges. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Manage the time and costs of hiring for your business by working with Express Employment Professionals. With 40 years of experience helping more than 75,000 businesses manage their workforce each year, let Express Pros help you. Visit expresspros.com.
I need your dollar, that's what I need.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates small businesses, the enduring lifeblood of our community, with the launch of the KBLA SMB Marketplace. For the first time, small to medium-sized businesses will have an opportunity to promote their goods and services on KBLA and take advantage of our powerful reach and local marketing power. The SMB Marketplace is hosted exclusively on KBLA1580.com and is accessible from all our social media channels. Whether you're a small mom and pop restaurant, a car dealership, or a professional practitioner, we invite you to join in this new KBLA Talk 1580 initiative to promote your business. As a Black-owned small business, you don't want to miss this unique opportunity to gain new customers on KBLA Talk 1580. For more information, contact us today at smb@kbla1580.com. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
And if I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me? Time to get
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelinos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
Looks like Bobby needs a ride again.
Grab the keys. Let's take Auntie to the swap meet. Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, do it all in a Chevy SUV. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% APR on all 2024 Silverado 1500, Blazer EV, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Colorado models. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 12.7%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 9/30/24.
Hey, LA residents, it's planting season and the perfect time to get shade trees growing around your home. LADWP and City Plants are giving every resident up to 7 free trees. That's right, 7 free trees delivered right to your door. Trees are great for the environment, help improve air quality, and can help you save on your bill when you use less air conditioning to stay cool indoors. Learn more at ladwp.com/free trees. That's ladwp.com/free trees.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Here I am, R.A.W., a terrorist, here to bring trouble to phony MCs. I move on and seize, I just conquer and solve another rapper with ease. Cause I'm at my apex and others are below, nothing but a milliliter. I'm a kilo, second to none, making MCs run, so don't try to step to me, cause I ain't the one. I believe rappers just like Tylenol, and they know it, so I don't see why you all try to front, perpetrating a stunt, when you know that I smoke you up like a blunt. I'm genuine like Gucci, raw like sushi. The stage of rage is what rap did to me, to make me wanna create chaos and mayhem. Cold rock a party until the AM. I'll make a muscle, grab the mic and hustle. While you stand dazed and amazed, I'll bust a little rhyme with authority, superiority, and captivate the whole crowd's majority.
But what you're asking me for, I don't know how to give you. I wouldn't give it to you anyway, but I don't even know how to give you. And that's my manhood. I can't give you that. And if that's what you require to stay, you're going to have to keep it pushing, right? Because I'm not going to give you my manhood, right? But the reason why I set it up that way, remember I said, you guys, because I know when situations like that happen, that female is going to go out of her way to try to tear your goddamn heart out. She's going to do everything in her power to tear your goddamn heart out. And she knows you. She knows the things you dislike. She knows the things that you're uncomfortable with. And them the things she going to focus on, to tear your goddamn heart out, to make you hurt, to make you pain. She ain't even caring about what it makes her look like. She ain't doing it for that. She doing it to win. And the extent a female will go to win, right, is she'll go mess with your best friend. She'll go sleep with other guys and be out there loose, knowing that all those things is something you despise, right? But she gonna
Listen, the landscape for the majority of relationships is rampant toxicity. I know you don't want to hear it. This is why most men try so hard to gain control of their lives, get their proverbial ish together. Because if I got my money together, you can't tell me nothing. Do you understand? I'm basically a dictator of my life. Why wouldn't I be a dictator in my relationship? This is what I'm saying. Just because somebody is successful, it doesn't mean that they are a success. They are a success of conquering their internal wounds. Most men opt to lead with their wallet, to lead with their accomplishments. Most. Very few men opt to lead with their character. Now, women, don't get bamboozled. Just because a man leads with his character doesn't mean he does not have character flaws. He does not have internal challenges. It's almost like when we're talking about attachment theory. When we say secure attachment doesn't mean perfect. It might not be one of the three insecure attachments, but secure attachments, they still have their problem as a whip, as a work in progress. They still have issues. They just are conditioned to deal with those issues a little bit differently. The paradox of do as I say, not as I do, is another complex issue in intimate relationships. Although theoretically plausible, Krishnamurti's teachings suggest that human beings cannot escape the deep psychological conditioning that their actions reveal. Attempts to enforce rules without embodying them can foster distrust and resentment, especially in intimate partnerships where emotional authenticity is the cornerstone of connection. This inconsistency in behavior and expectations creates a fertile ground for dysfunction, where one partner may attempt to enforce order while simultaneously disregarding the same principles for themselves. So you can't do what you do. You can't do to your spouse what you do to your kids. Do as I say, not as I do. Right? That's what makes it, right, impossible to kind of work, because you're dealing with another adult. That's why I don't believe you can discipline another adult. Dr. Mark Goulston, rest in peace, said it a little bit differently. Stand beside me in public, right? Stand for me, stand up for me in a conflict, and stand up to me in private. Stand up to me in private. Now, I'm a flawed man. I'm a good man, but I have my issues, right? I'm a good man, but I have my issues. One of my issues that I have identified a lot of times, because I've been doing things by myself and on my own in life, sometimes it's hard for me to take counsel from my woman. Sometimes I keep my business and everything that I'm doing and working on, I don't even bring it to the table. And that's something, I need to work on, right? Or if my woman has an issue and brings it to me. In the past, I might have been like, what's the problem? Let me fix it. But now I listen better. Before, I would just like, especially when I was in my 30s, my God. You ran into me in my 30s, my goodness. I just wasn't listening. I listen a lot better now. And when I was in my 30s, I didn't make adjustments. You could bring something to me and I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. And if I didn't see it as valuable, I wouldn't make an adjustment. Now, I consider and I think about it, and then I make adjustments. Especially if it's coming from an authentic space, a space of I'm trying to up-level you, I'm trying to expose a blind spot in you. To me, those moments build intimacy for me, because that makes me understand this person has my back. They're looking out for me. They don't want me to look bad. They're trying to, support me in the best way that they know how. Back in the day, I wasn't listening to nothing. Absolute. What? You're talking. This is what you're doing, and this is what I want you to do. Back then. I'm different now. It took me a lot to even get to that point, right? Nurture. Nature versus nurture, right? In emotional wounds. In intimate relationships, the debate between nature and nurture is particularly pertinent to the wounds individuals carry into their partnerships. Babette Rothschild's work on trauma emphasizes that emotional injuries, whether from childhood neglect or genetic predisposition, affect relational dynamics. The toxicity of adult discipline often stems from unresolved trauma, where partners enforce boundaries or engage in power struggles not as a means for fostering growth, but as a projection of their unhealed wounds. Indicators of such dysfunction includes excessive control, punitive behavior, or withdrawal in moments of conflict. Listen, this is what's really happening in relationships right at this moment. When I come forward, I got folks on the line that want to talk about it. Let's get it.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
For all of us, this generation and the next, there is simply no place in our lives for litter. And yet, it's everywhere we look, and unfortunately, it does belong to all of us. So let's come together and create a litter-free, clean California once and for all. Remember to properly dispose of your trash and recycling. Secure truckloads with tarps to keep debris from flying out. Clean out your car when you're at the gas station. Take pride in your community by organizing a cleanup event or join a cleanup event near you. Zero litter is the goal. Join us at cleanca.com. That's cleanca.com. Let's do it together. Brought to you by Caltrans. cleanca.com.
Mark your calendar for October 2nd. It's California Clean Air Day. When you go Metro, you'll enjoy free rides and help clear the air. We can reduce pollution and create a healthier environment together. Let's all ride for a cleaner tomorrow. Start your journey at metro.net. With reported hate crimes rising in recent years, California has responded through outreach efforts across state government and in collaboration with community-based organizations for the launch of CA versus Hate. This non-emergency, multilingual hate crime and incident reporting hotline provides an anonymous reporting option for victims and witnesses of hate acts reported in 15 different languages through the online portal and in over 200 languages when calling the hotline. Report anonymously by calling 833-866-4283, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or online at any time at cavshate.org.
Linking social justice and climate justice all year long.
We're unapologetically progressive.
KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Tia Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Tia Chucha's opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Tia Chucha's Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.tiachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Make 'em clap to this.
To show our appreciation for your support.
Make 'em clap to this.
Thank you, DJs.
Make 'em clap to this. Make 'em clap to this. Make 'em clap to this. Make 'em clap to this.
How many times have you been in a relationship with a woman, she expressed how she felt, and you did nothing? You didn't validate her feelings, you gaslit her, you never changed, right? But yet, she kept trying to express her feelings to you. This just reaffirms how sensitive men are. Men are the ones who aren't in control of our emotions. Listen, he said he did this one time. All it took was one time of his feelings being invalidated, and he shut down completely. Moving forward, he ain't gonna never express himself to the next girl and blah, 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 right? As if women don't go through this constantly. So don't try to use this as an excuse. The reason why you don't want to express yourself anymore is because you've been conditioned to be guarded. And in your mind, you think that being guarded and not expressing your true emotions gives you some type of like leverage over a woman. So really, this is about control.
So we brothers, we not gonna acknowledge that we do this? Like, the worst thing we could do is say it's her fault only. We're coming to these relationships with something. And until we deal with whatever it is we're coming to the relationship with, You can't say you the sun and she the moon, and the moon gets its light from the sun. So whatever in you has not been dealt with, is it not going to be reflected back into her? Whatever chaos you come with, are you not going to stir up that chaos in her? And it don't matter how much money you got or how many resources you have. The spiritual purpose for a relationship is to elucidate what is hidden in your spirit. Not for them to see, but for you to see and correct. Brothers? All right, we got people on the line. Who's been on the longest? Attila from Houston, Texas. Attila, get in here. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Lord.
Lord, when you start off with Lord. Oh, my goodness.
I got a couple of things there. So I saw a comment that somebody left. I think it was Jack. He said, success or achievements require we constantly must look ahead or onwards rather than back or within. Therefore, we garner unresolved wounds or issues. Sorry. And I think that's the thing. That's some of the divide. When you have those of us that are actually waking up and wanting to do the work and look within, and then there's some of us who aren't. And so you're just going to constantly have issues, I think, until the two meet. So that there's that. Also, this whole idea of like discipline and control. What about convincing? Right? To me, that's the more feminine side, but you're still doing the same thing. So instead of controlling someone, let me assuage you.
You're influencing them.
Ooh,
Lord have mercy.
I'm just saying, you get more bees with honey or whatever, however that saying goes. Something about vinegar, honey, whatever. And then something else. Let's see. Jack also said it's why most men see their achievements as solid ground to stand on. And how dare the woman look at the foundation? Boy, that took me out. He said, look to where I got you, not to what got us here. So my thing with that is this. Look where I got you. We're in 2024 where everybody paying bills. Am I wrong? Like, if I'm in my 30s or 40s or whatever, and I meet the love of my life, I've spent all those years basically building myself up, right? Working just like you. Doing things just like you, maybe going after a career or a passion or whatever. So what is it that makes someone think that a person would just give that up if they're really drawn to that?
Interesting take.
Are you asking me, I'm just saying, are you asking me to change or exchange what I feel about myself and what it is that I'm using to propel myself forward, my purpose, for your rule?
For your rule. Listen to that. Ooh.
Do I need to exchange what God put me on this earth to do for your protection and provision? Is that what you're asking me to do? That would be my question.
I think many men are asking that. You got to follow what I'm on. Can we be honest, men? I think many men are asking.
And my question is that woman as effective without her purpose as she is with it?
You know, men don't think women have purpose.
Nope.
Your purpose was to find me.
And therein, I think, lies the problem.
You starting to see what I'm saying.
Would you tell your daughter, right? Like, would you tell your daughter that your purpose for me raising you right now is to rear you for another man? Does that sound right?
But that's what I'm saying to you, Attila. This is the world we live in. Like, this is the vestige of, if I dominate the world, I dominate everything in my world. That's how most men think. Do you see? Your purpose was to find me, and the rest is on me. And you have to capitulate to the direction I'm going in. That's how most men think. In general.
I mean, I get it. I just, and it's interesting because I think that on one side of that, I understand the logic. The idea is, well, I'm the leader, I'm the strong one, I'm the whatever. but it also is somewhat tone deaf because it shows that you don't have understanding and knowledge of other areas that people lead in.
Women do.
And your own blind spot.
Right. Women do have purpose. Let me give you a quick example. My daughter, you know, she graduated. She got her bachelor's in theater and acting and all of this and that. I'm like, yo, baby, I know people. I'm making phone calls. I got a call with you for this person and that. But she said, Father. She didn't say father. She said, Dad, stop. She said, don't help me. I'm going to do this on my own. I don't want your help right now. She said, now, if it gets crazy and I need you, then I'll call you. But right now, let me venture out on my own and see if I can do it. I was like, but I helped your brother. I got him and I did him and I took him there. And then she's like, no. So she has her own path and her own purpose. Oftentimes, men don't feel like they have a life unless the wife they have or the person they have is under their dominion and following their direction. That's for many people. Atala.
Because they're codependent to the role. Yeah.
Codependent to the role. Oh, I got to let you go now. I got to get Kenny on. My God. Codependent to the role. We might have to do a part 2 on this. Hey, Atala, we love you. You brought Houston, Texas, and my God, codependent to the role. Bruh, Kenny, you don't have a lot of time, man. You got to make this short and sweet, man. Tell me, man, what are your thoughts?
I'm just going to say that a lot of the end of the conversation really was tilted towards men.
It's a conversation for men.
It's a conversation for men. Cool. All right. Now, with adult discipline and what Hebrews were saying, it's hard because I only got like 2 minutes. Okay. Man.
You got less now.
It's
all good. We'll talk to Kenny. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
So let me just say, you can't give insight until you discover the light. Right? John chapter 1. It is the light that shineth in the darkness, yet the darkness comprehendeth it not. You have to discover the light of you. Right? You have to discover the truth of you, brother. There's no way you can give insight unless you discover the light. And that light is within you. You have to start the healing process. And listen, I've been there many times where I've fallen on my face and I've made mistakes. And the only way to grow up in the situation was to show up by taking responsibility for what I said and did. Right? You find a woman who could understand that you're in that process of humanity, you found a good thing. If you find a woman that's inflexible, that only believes you should show up and never fall, then you need to think about what you're attracted to. Listen, I started the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. Look, when we come forward, Zoe will be back on Thursday. Yeah, I'm off tomorrow and Wednesday. I'll be back on Thursday with another slapper. All right? Deuces.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Congress returns today after a 6-week recess as a possible government shutdown looms. Current funding for the government runs out September 30th. A potential shutdown would see federal agencies and national parks close. A stopgap bill will likely be needed to avoid a shutdown. The trial in the death of African-American Tyree Nichols